I'm on Nintendo's website, and they had recently had like an earnings call and stuff where they updated a bunch of the information about their unit sales in terms of both hardware and software. And I think this stuff is incredibly interesting. I don't know about anybody else, but as you can see here, the Nintendo Switch has sold 125.62 million units. Now, it's important to note this is as of March 31st of this year. So I mean, we're a month and a half or so away from that. But at the same time, they got to collect the data and stuff. But anyway, but the Switch has sold 125.62 million units, and the software is a billion and 36.15 units. That's that's crazy stuff. Then we got the Nintendo 3DS, sold 75.94 million units, 391 million software units. And you're like, damn, that's, because you look at the difference, it's like, that's a lot more software on the Switch. Then you say the Wii U, only 13.56 million units, 103 million software. The Wii U sold 101 million units, 921 million software. The Nintendo DS, 154 million units. Software, 948 million. So, I mean, just comparing those two alone, I mean, the Wii sold almost as much software, kind of. I mean, obviously we're talking millions and stuff, but as the DS did, despite selling 50 million less units. But anyway, it goes on and talks. I mean, look at the Game Boy Advance. It's 81 million units, 377 million for the software, 118 million hardware of the Game Boy, 501 for the software. There's the Nintendo 64, 32 million, GameCube, 21 million, SNES, 49 million, Famicom, 51 or 61 million with 500 million units and stuff. It's just crazy. It's like, I mean, hell, the NES sold as much software roughly as the Game Boy did, despite selling, a little over half as much hardware. It's just to me, it's really interesting to look at this kind of stuff. Everything. They also had a list of the top selling units for like Switch. I mean, what had them for all? Because you can look. I'll show you here in a second. But like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 53 million units. Animal Crossing, 42 million. Super Smash Bros. 31. Breath of the Wild, 29. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 25. Mario Odyssey, 25. Scarlet and Violet, 22. Super Mario Party, 19. New Super Mario Bros. U, 15. Ring Fit, 15. And you can go up here, and like I said, this is why I'm going to link this in the description. Like same thing, March 31st as well. But you can look at the Wii U numbers. Mario Kart 8, 8.4 million units. Super Mario 3D World 5 Plan. It's almost kind of criminal in a way that these games didn't sell better. But at the same time, I understand the problem with the Wii U and stuff. The Smash Brothers, Nintendo, Splatoon and stuff, Super Mario Maker, new Super Luigi U, there's The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Mario Party 10. It's just kind of interesting because you can kind of go back in time. Obviously, they don't have a ton of all this stuff. 3D, again, Mario Kart 7. It's like, I think there's a reason they keep having these Mario Kart games coming out. It's like that's a top seller for every system, pretty much. 18.9 Pokemon X. I won't go through all of them because you look at it for yourself. But I mean, I'll just kind of go because you can kind of get the idea of Pokemon, Mario, Animal Crossing, etc. and stuff. And on the Wii, you start looking. Now this one's a little bit different because you got Wii Sports, 82 million. But then after that, Mario Kart Wii, 37 million. Wii Sports Resort, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, Wii Play, Wii Fit Plus. A little sales for Wii Fit. It's like, holy crap. Super Smash Brothers, Mario Galaxy, Wii Party. There's a common theme among this stuff. There's from the 3DS. Now, obviously, this one's a little bit different because you got Super Mario Brothers 30, then you got Nintendogs at 23, almost 24. Then there's your old Mario Kart 23.6, Brain Age, and you got your Pokemons, of course, Brain Age 2 and all that stuff. Animal Crossing, Super Mario 64 DS. I didn't see anything to go back further, but I think this stuff's really interesting. I think it's just crazy how much more units are being sold, like in terms of the software. Obviously, you got over 1 billion, which is just an insane number. But then you're also just talking in terms of Even like some of the older systems. So like you look at the Wii U. Wii U was, man, it really puts it into perspective how much of a flop it was. Which I had a Wii U. I liked it. I mean, was it the greatest thing ever? Well, hell no, of course not. But I mean, hey, for what it was, I guess. I mean, but it's like the GameCube, which I think is considered a flop. Not on the same level because it had like some really high quality games, obviously, but so did the Wii U. It's just a little different. Nintendo 64. I remember people being like, "Man, that one sold like crap." Well, hell, it sold a hell of a lot better than the Wii U. But it also showed you. It just shows you how much things have changed. Like the Super NES. I mean, 49 million. The NES 61. It's like what? That's crazy. Then you look at the Game Boy line and such, and the DS is just, I mean, unbelievable. 154 million units. I cannot imagine the Switch selling that much. Although I did see that Nintendo had stated that they expect sales to go down for the next year, and that basically for the next year they don't have anything down for hardware or whatever. Which obviously, they would talk about that pretty well in advance. That's what a lot of the games companies do. They wouldn't sit there and just be like, oh, by the way, we've got a new, we got the Switch 2 or the Switch U or whatever the hell they decide to call it. They're not just going to sit there and have, oh, by the way, it's available today. It's available tomorrow. I mean, they could try it. It might be interesting to see what would happen, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo would be like, ah, hell no. But they also do have a thing about the number of titles released and stuff, and they have charts about unit sales and stuff. I didn't find this kind of stuff as interesting because it's just like here's a consolidated hardware software sales transitions and for the Nintendo, so you can go annually. And all that. I don't really care about all that stuff. I mainly just cared about the raw data, the actual numbers and stuff, and you can kind of be like, a Switch had sold like not as many. Obviously, you had 125 down here for the DS, 154, but they've sold more software. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I find this stuff infinitely interesting. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll link this in the description box so you guys can read it for yourself and kind of dig around even more if you really want. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.